Everybody, how's it going? Statman coming back at you once again, and today I am going to be talking to you about some Blu-rays that I picked up. Go figure. This time around, the Blu-rays in question came from Best Buy, and they were part of a sale that they had going on, and I wanted to take advantage of at least some of them, because even though they're a little bit more expensive than what I would usually pay for a Blu-ray because I'm so dang cheap, they were still probably some of the best prices I've seen on these particular titles, period, and they were titles that I really wanted in my collection. Have been wanting for quite some time. So some of them are upgrades. As a matter of fact, I think, actually no, yeah, all of them are upgrades. Every single one of them are upgrades, and they're all horror movies, all from this latest line of horror movies that Best Buy has been putting on sale for the Halloween holiday, if you will. Got to take advantage of those sales when you can, and these were, I wouldn't say the best ever, but they're pretty good. They're pretty good. So let's start things off by talking about Halloween the 35th Anniversary Edition. I already have, if you look behind me closely, you can see I already have the original release of this on Blu-ray, but it's not the best release out there. It's not the best image quality, not the best, well, anything. So I figured it was about time that I picked this up because Best Buy had it for $9.99, and this has some special features on here that are not a part of the original release. It also has a much nicer transfer. So, you know, several reasons to pick it up. The special features in particular, the new ones, are an audio commentary with John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis, and The Night She Came Home featurette. So, there are a couple things on here that are definitely worth getting the updated 35th Anniversary Edition Blu-ray for. Apparently they did some color correction on this one that makes it look much nicer. And yeah, with Halloween right around the corner, gotta have Halloween. I already have Halloween in my collection, and I've been watching that one every Halloween. The old Halloween Blu-ray release. Been watching that one every Halloween for years. Well, it's time to upgrade, and I'm glad that I did at $9.99. Fantastic price. My only disappointment is that apparently my friend Skinslip informed me that he had planned to send me this, and I know he said that he was going to send me like the Rob Zombie Halloween, but I did not remember, I guess. I'm sure at some point he told me he was also going to send me the digibook version of this, but I completely forgot. So yeah, that I do apologize, because, you know, definitely would have been cool to get this for free, but whatever. $10 is a great deal, and yeah, at least I remember the Rob Zombie one, and I can't wait to get that one, because I definitely want to have the Rob Zombie one in my collection. I know a lot of people don't like the Rob Zombie Halloween, but I actually kind of do. I think it's a pretty good one, so whatever. It's different. It's a different take on it, but it's not necessarily bad. I know that John Carpenter has had some things to say about Rob Zombie's version of his Halloween movie, of his Halloween story, I should say. But every time he says something about Rob Zombie's Halloween, I feel like people try to make more out of it than is actually there. Because if you actually, I bet you anything, if you actually asked John Carpenter to be candid, he'd be like, I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was the worst thing I've ever seen. You know, he may not have liked it. He may have preferred his own version of it, but I feel like there's something there to the Rob Zombie version that a lot of people do not give any credit for, and that disappoints me. But whatever, we're not talking about that one. We're talking about Halloween, the original Halloween, a movie that could easily be said to have, you know, spurred on a movement in the horror genre, if you will, at the time that it came out. So, yeah, definitely nice to have this. Glad to have it in my collection now. And that brings us to the next title that I picked up. Oh, look. It's Halloween 2. the Scream Factory edition. Now, I have Halloween 2, as you can probably see back there. I have Halloween 2, the original release. I don't think it was. I think there were like 2 releases of it on Blu-ray. One from the, maybe both of them were from the studio, but one of them had the. It had a special feature that you couldn't get anywhere else, right? And that was the one that I ended up getting, and it was like $7.88 on sale at some point 3 or 4 years ago or something like that. And that's when I picked that one up, and I've been using that one to watch Halloween 2 ever since. But this particular version of Halloween 2 is also worth getting, also worth having, because it has a boatload of special features. It's got audio commentary, 2 audio commentaries, I should say. Nightmare Isn't Over, the making of Halloween 2, Horror's Hallowed Grounds, the locations of Halloween 2, deleted scenes, alternate ending, theatrical trailer, TV and radio spots. You know, there's a bunch. There's a bunch on here. So I knew that I was going to have to get this at some point. I didn't want to have to double dip. I didn't want to have to get 2 versions of this movie on Blu-ray, but you know, when I found out that there was a special feature that you could only get on one version of the movie, which is the one that I got originally, and then I found out this also had a Scream Factory release. At the time that I got the last release, I had no idea that was a Scream Factory release as well. And then when I discovered that, I came to the realization I'm gonna have to get both of these. So that's pretty much what happened. That's how it went down, and that's why I now have this in my collection. It was $13.99 on sale from Best Buy, which is not necessarily the best price ever, but it's a pretty good deal for a Scream Factory title. Yeah, this is one of the older Scream Factory titles out there now. Maybe not the oldest out there, but it's getting pretty old now. And you'd think an older title would, you know, go down in price or something like that, but that's not really the way it is with specialty labels like this. They pretty much hold their value for quite some time. That's why I wasn't really too concerned about paying $13.99 for this, because I knew it's going to hold its value. It's a very good release, very nice release, a highly sought after release to have in your collection. So, yes, glad to have this. That means now I have Halloween 1 and 2. If I can get them together here. Halloween 1 and 2 in the best possible quality currently, as far as I know. So that's pretty cool. And I also have them in the other releases back there. I don't know what I will do with the original Halloween release that I have, because, well, when you've got this, there's no reason to have the other one. So I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff that I have in my collection now that I've upgraded that I'm just like, I need to do something with that, and probably going to end up selling it or sending it to a friend or something. We'll see. Whatever the case may be, I am definitely very happy to have Halloween 1 and 2 in my collection here in the best possible quality. And I probably won't do away with the original release of Halloween 2 that I have, because of course it has a special feature that you can't get anywhere else, not even on this. So apparently. So needless to say, if you didn't know it already, the Scream Factory release here has a reversible cover and that original artwork for Halloween 2, which is pretty nice. But I actually, for one of the first times ever, or one of the only times ever, I should say, I actually really like the artwork on the cover here, the new artwork. So I'm just going to go with this one, stick with this side, and be happy. I think I made some pretty good pickups here. And then last but not least, I also decided to pick up Psycho 2 on Blu-ray. This, of course, is another Scream Factory title, and it was also $13.99, which is actually the best price I have ever seen for it, brand new at least. So I was more than happy to pay that price, especially having gone back to it last year, and I did a whole video review of it, and you can find that on my channel if you want to. I went back and revisited all of the Psycho sequels, 2, 3, 4, and the one that went straight to TV, like the TV movie that they did. And there's actually a DVD set of that I have that has all of those movies. And I reviewed all 4 of them in a video last Halloween. So if you're interested, you can check that out to see my thoughts. But basically, I liked the second and third one. I felt like the second one was way better than it had any right to be. Incredibly good for what it was. You know, you're not thinking a sequel, especially a sequel like this to Psycho, and especially something that wasn't done by Alfred Hitchcock. You're not thinking that's going to be that any good, right? But it actually ends up being quite good, very decent. So because of that, I knew, like, this is what I'm going to get on Blu-ray from Shout Factory. I'm also going to end up picking up Psycho 3 at some point, but sadly, Psycho 3 was not on sale during this particular sale, so I decided to just go with Psycho 2 here at $13.99. Very, very good deal, and I'm glad that I got it at that price, because even though it's definitely something I wanted to have on Blu-ray, and I definitely wanted to have the Scream Factory version of it, it's worth noting there aren't that many special features on here, at least comparatively to other releases. This one has audio commentary with screenwriter Tom Holland, vintage video and audio interviews with Anthony Perkins and Vera Miles, and director Richard Franklin, a theatrical trailer, and a TV spot. And that's it. Not pretty bare bones for a Scream Factory release, so that's a little disappointing, but I don't mind because I only paid $13.99 for it. Also, it's apparently, from what I can tell at least, the only way to actually get Psycho 2 on Blu-ray. No, that's not true. I just remembered there is a box set that has all of them on Blu-ray, all the sequels. But I wouldn't bother with that personally. I don't have any interest in that personally because I hated the 4th movie. I'd rather pick up the 2nd one and 3rd one and just be happy with that. I wasn't even that big a fan of the 3rd one. I thought it was okay. I thought it was like a maybe 6.5, maybe stretch it to 7. But a lot of people think it's like great, and I'm just like, man, it's good, but it's not fantastic. What can be said to be fantastic is Psycho 2. I'm very, very glad to have this in my collection. It is I would say, a worthy successor to the original. Maybe not as good as it possibly could have been, but still very, very, very good. And I'm very, very glad that I was able to pick it up for such a good price, for such a low price. And it's worth noting here, it doesn't have a reversible cover. Now that's interesting to me because practically every Scream Factory release has a reversible cover, but this one does not. Strange, but that's okay because they went with the original artwork here, so it's pretty nice. It's curious that it's one of the... They kind of treat it like one of those titles. It's almost like a Shout Select title in a way, because not that many special features, no reversible cover, nothing really special about this particular release, but they still charge the full Scream Factory price that you would expect from like The Thing or even Halloween 2 over there. You know, their Scream Factory titles usually have a boatload of special features, and they have a reversible cover and multiple discs, you know. But this one literally has one disc, a few special features, and no reversible cover, and they charge pretty much the same price. I'm just saying, it's a little unsettling. Just a tad. I kind of get it, especially in this case. Maybe there's not that much to work with in terms of special features. But, you know, you could have paid somebody to do a nicer cover. Maybe you just didn't think there was going to be enough demand for it, and maybe you're right about that. But, I don't know. Just seems like you could have done more in this case. I don't know. I'm not going to complain because I got it for a really good price. So, anyways, that will do it for me. That's all I picked up this week. 3 things. Halloween, 35th anniversary. Halloween 2, Shout Factory, or Scream Factory, I should say. And Psycho 2. 2 sequels, and one of the greatest horror films ever made. So I don't think anybody can complain about this pickup. Very good stuff. So yeah, that will do it for me today. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later. Peace.